What is up, YouTube? It's your boy coming at you with a little life discussion from the car. I'm driving home from a bit of a ways out, and I was trying to think, like, okay, what do I want to have playing in the background while I drive? And I was like, I'm trying to become a bit of a better YouTuber and stuff. Let me put on a video about that, just kind of, intake some stuff. And all they were saying was the same stuff that everyone says. If you've spent any time in the self-help space, or the self-improvement space, or the how to start your business / social media brand / whatever, if you spent any time in that area and you're honest with yourself, you probably waste a lot of time watching different people tell you the same thing. And so I was like, I don't need this. What I need to do is I need to create, put myself out there, self-evaluate, and improve. And I think that's a cycle that myself, as well as a lot of other people, are very guilty of getting caught up in, is consuming and calling it learning, where you say that, I'm learning all this and I'm learning all that, and then you don't do anything. And I started this channel because I was like, I can learn all I want. I'm never going to get anywhere if I don't start doing something. So this channel is me doing something. And I realized while I was watching that video, it would be a better use of my time to do something that I can self-reflect on versus have someone whispering in my ear about what they think I should do and then trying to fit what they say is right. And maybe they have good advice. Maybe I just closed out of a hidden gem at that red light before I turned on my camera. But here I am. I'm going to do something, and then I'm going to self-reflect on it. And I think that's something that I can definitely do more of in my life. It's definitely how I've seen improvement in my boxing abilities. The past month or so, I'll go in for sparring night. Right, I guess a little background first. So I'm not able to go to my boxing gym every day because of the demands of my career, and then the demands of trying to keep up with the YouTube channel, work on an album, just improve my skills as a piano player personally, not even as part of the album process, and then the demands of boxing itself. It's a lot to keep up with. And so what I do is I go into the gym Tuesdays and Thursdays for sparring night, and whatever happens in sparring, I use that as homework. And so Monday night, I go to a 24-hour fitness down the street from my apartment, and I just work my craft. I work on a little bit of everything. Then Tuesday night, I go into sparring. My coach tells me, you need to work on this, you need to work on that. Wednesday night, I work on those things, come back in to sparring Thursday night, and then most of the time, my coach tells me, you're doing better on this, but here's how you can get even better at it, or you did really well with this, now I want you to work on this. And so that's kind of the process there. And then Friday night and Saturday morning, I also head into the boxing gym. So Friday night, I get the Friday night boxing class in my gym is more of one of those kind of like a cardio boxing class, but my coaches know that that's not really what I'm there for, so they come and they help me work on other things. And then Saturday morning, they have 3 different classes. I usually stay for 1 or 2 of them. And then if I'm already tired, I'll head out after 1 or 2, and then later on in the day, since the boxing gym is closed, I'll go to the 24-hour fitness again, and I'll work on the things that they mention in the class. So if I'm in the class Saturday morning, and they say like, hey, when you were throwing your jab, you kept bringing it back low, you weren't bringing it straight back to your face, and then maybe I get a bit tired, I just need a bit of a rest before I work out again. I go to the 24-hour fitness later in the day, and I work on my jab and bringing it straight back to my face. That's kind of my process, which is a whole long rambling for, oh, right, I'm trying to spend not just so much time learning, but spend time applying. And so that process really works well for me for boxing, because the sparring, that's what everyone says is the fun part. That's the part that everyone wants to do. They want to hop in the ring. They want to box with someone else. They don't want to put in the drills. They don't want to put in the time. They don't want to work on the technique, etc., in order to actually get better in sparring. And the same thing kind of rolls over to real life. Well, I guess kind of the opposite thing rolls over to real life, because in real life, people spend all their time drilling, but they don't spend any time applying. That's actually kind of an interesting, not really like a synchronicity, but an interesting opposite, where in boxing, I guess a lot of people want to spend all their time doing, not enough time learning, and in other areas of life, people like to spend a lot of time learning, but never enough time doing. And I think that kind of speaks to one of my interests in life. Those who know me know that one thing that really interests me in life is kind of the duality, the two sides to every coin of really kind of everything. I always find that kind of stuff really interesting. So it's interesting to notice the importance of a balance. It's important to have that balance between learning and applying, doing self-evaluation and then change, doing more self-evaluation and then change. I don't know, I just love duality as a concept. I love when I'm able to see, as I said before, both sides of the coin. I think that's something interesting about me that a lot of people, or I guess a lot of my friends have mentioned that they gravitate towards if I ask or if it comes up, is that one of the interesting things about me is the kind of how dynamic my personality is, and the way that I can write a very soft, gentle, beautiful love song and put it out there. But then they can also see me get in the ring, and they, like a boxing ring, and then they see a whole different side of me. One of my friends at the gym the other day, he was telling me, when you don't have your headgear on before sparring, you look like in a nice way, like a cartoon kind of guy, like a real, these aren't his words, this is just what I think of, like, he said I look like real jovial, I guess. And then he said, and then when you put on that headgear, you look menacing, you look like someone to be feared. And it's really interesting to have two very polar opposite sides of you that are both very expressible. One thing I may have mentioned before on this channel that I love about boxing is that it's a physical representation of a lot of character traits that normally aren't expressed physically. Like willpower, determination, stuff like that. Like, those are things that are really hard to quantify for the most part. I feel like boxing gives you a chance to express those things. And then versus the type of music that I create is often very emotionally expressive and stuff like that. And a lot of people see a much softer side of me. And so it's really interesting It's really kind of a blessing to live a life where I get to be completely expressive of both opposite ends of my personality. I feel like that's a thing that not a lot of people get to say, or a thing that maybe, oh my goodness, I'm struggling out here, y'all. Don't video while you drive. Like, it's also hard because it's like, not only is it dark out, it's also like that in between rainy and misty, where it's like, well, it's really like nothing's happening with it. Every now and then my window will just get unclear and I can't see, and then I use the wipers and it just leaves streaks. If you know anything about like better windshield wipers or making sure they don't leave streaks when you wipe the water away, let me know, because I always have a problem with that and it's frustrating. But what was I saying? Yeah, I'm very blessed to live a life where I get to be completely expressive of who I am, and that I have the people in my life that accept both sides of it. I think I'm gonna call the video there, because like I said, it's rough out here on these roads right now, and I've been rambling for a while. Before I end the video though, I gotta give a shout out to Zareen, because I told her I would shout her out in the video, because I texted the group chat to remind me of something at 6:30, and then Zareen is in a completely different time zone, mind you. Zareen is in a completely different time zone from us, and she did not remind me at 6:30 her time or 6:30 my time. So thanks for the reminder though, I appreciate the dedication. Anyway, as I said, I'm wrapping up this video now. I hope you guys have a great weekend, a great day, a great night. Whenever you're watching this, I hope whatever comes after this goes great. And yeah, that's it. I do the little punch thing where I end the video by punching the screen, but I'm on the highway, so we ain't doing none of that.